Can everybody please sit down? There's a lot of seats up front, especially in the middle. That is funny. When I start, I always tell people to sit down, and the first thing I said is, I need people to stand up again. So let's call this meeting to order. Can everybody please stand up, remove your hats? Mr. Clerk?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody please have a seat. Welcome everybody on this nice, beautiful, sunny day outside. That was a joke for you people who work outside. Anyway, in the event of an emergency, we do have a lot of people here. I do want everybody to remain calm. Everybody will walk out through the rear doors, down the steps, into the nice, beautiful, cold weather. Remember, never panic. Slowly, everybody will walk out. So far, we never had an emergency, so that's good to remember. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session, please sign in on the sheets provided at the front of the room. So anybody that wants to speak, please sign in. Yeah, that's my next comment there, whoever had that phone on. Please turn off all cell phones. I will be collecting them today. If you need to take a phone call, that's right, freeholder. That's right, turn it off, show by example, you know. Anybody needs to speak, please just stand outside and, you know, speak outside. Don't disturb what's going on while the meeting is on. Members of council who were elected in the November 7, 2017 general election have subscribed to their oath of office prior to January 1st, 2018. But for the benefit of the public in attendance, the officials will repeat the process. The oath of office will be administered to the following elected and re-elected officials. The oath of office will be administered to, we will be starting with Councilman of the 4th Ward, Alfred Muhammad, will be sworn in by Mayor Derek Armstead. Holding the Quran will be his wife, Fatima Morgan. Will his sons, Alfred and Joseph Muhammad, his daughter, Naima Tucker, East Orange Mayor Ted R. Green, and his friend Jimmy Small, please come up to the podium.
take a few pictures if you like. Everybody can, sure, take some pictures. Sherry, get one just with the family, okay?
Next, my pleasure to say, Councilman of the 6th Ward, John Francis Roman. He will be sworn in by Freeholder Christopher Hudak. Holding the Bible will be his father, Thomas Roman. Will his mother, Melinda Roman, brother, Brian Roman, sister, Danielle Roman, please come up to the podium?
Over here, old man.
In front? Want me to turn?
Yes, please. John, come on over here.
Tell her to leave me alone.
All right, we got this. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yep.
All right, good.
Wait, hold on. Okay, now.
All right, ready? I,
I,
John Francis Roman,
John Francis Roman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
perform
all the duties of the office
all the duties of the office
of Councilman of the 6th Ward
of Councilman in the 6th Ward
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Councilman.
Good job. Oh man, I'm trying to get a handshake
Why
with her.
don't you get her, why don't you get her to take pictures? I guess not. I thought she was
Right here,
gonna
old
take
man.
pictures.
Let me out.
Great one.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Councilwoman of the 8th Ward, Michelle Yamakaitis, will be sworn in. Will be sworn in by City Clerk Joseph C. Bodek. Holding the Bible will be her husband Luke Yamakaitis, sorry. Will her sons Daniel and Thomas please come up to the podium? And you guys can smile.
I, Michelle Yamakaitis,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
perform
all the duties of the office of Councilwoman of the 8th Ward,
all the duties of the office of Councilwoman of the 8th Ward,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. Come on, Joe.
Will the councilwoman of the 10th Ward, Gretchen Hickey, Councilwoman Hickey will be sworn in by Senator Raymond J. Lesniak. Holding the Bible will be Ryan Vasquez, who is covering for Ann J. Ferguson, who is ill presently. Will her husband Joseph Hickey, sons Joseph and Patrick, sister Jennifer Brooke, brothers Doug and Jeff Brooke, and sister-in-law Julie and Robin Brooke, and Jamal Tompkins, please come up to the podium?
Now you see why she wins by so many votes. Council President, if you may, I'd like to say a few words.
Senator, my pleasure.
Since my political career started here in Linden 40 years ago. Thank you. And under the mentorship of John Gregorio, the mayor, I served the city of Linden for 24 years as its senator. And now you have a great representative here, Senator Nick Scutari. Where's Senator Scutari? Is he still here? Well, he was here, so give Senator. And I also want to introduce, a giant in the city of Elizabeth, former council president, the first African-American female council president in the city of Elizabeth, Patricia Perkins Auguste. And Council President, on Thursday, the Senate is going to confirm Pat to the Commission on Civil Rights. She's going to be a Civil Rights Commissioner, so give her another hand.
Congratulations.
And lastly, I'm not finished. My last day in office is January 9th. But I'm going to still be there working with Senator Scutari, with your council, to do whatever I can to help out. And indeed, where's the mayor? Armstead? Mayor, I plan on winning that case against ExxonMobil and getting Linden what it deserves. Okay. I,
Gretchen N. Hickey,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of Councilwoman of the 10th Ward, according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
So help me God.
Cool.
Thank you.
Pictures? You have to sign that.
And I'd just like to thank the senator for all his years of hard, dedicated work, over 40 years, and I'm very proud to have you swear me in today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Just a couple pictures.
Oh, a photo op.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor Armstead, will you have a few words to say for Senator Lesniak before he runs out?
Yes, Senator, you don't run out. You don't get away that easy. Okay. Listen, I just want to thank you for your years of service. You've been a tremendous help to our town, and we do hope that we win that fight with Exxon. They have contaminated our town, and they should pay for it. And we appreciate all the efforts that you have done with regards to not just that fight, but there have been other fights that you've done on our behalf, and we do appreciate it, and thank you for serving.
Mayor, thank you very much.
At this time, I'm going to ask the city clerk to present the certificates of election, please.
Mr. Muhammad, on behalf of County Clerk Joanne Rajapi, here is your certificate of election for winning in November. Congratulations. Here is your certificate of election for winning in November. County Clerk Joanne Rajapi, your certificate of election for winning in November.
Mr. Porter, can you please give us a roll call?
Mrs. Ormond?
Here.
Javik? Here. Brown?
His excuse.
Muhammad? Here. Cosby?
Present.
Roman?
Here.
Strano?
Here.
Yamikaitis?
Here.
Medina?
Here.
Hickey?
Happily here.
Mr. Alvarez?
Here. At this time, I would like to call our mayor to come to the front and give his speech.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Before I start my speech, I'm going to do a little house cleaning. I looked out in the audience and I saw a few elected officials I'd like to acknowledge. Of course, Senator Lesniak is gone. Council President, Councilperson Pat Augusta Perkins, she's gone, I believe, also. We have members from our Board of Education who I see in the audience. I see Board Member Dawn Biviano, Board Member Greg Martucci, Board Member Tracy Birch. I see we have our freeholder Christopher Hudak is with us this evening. And I saw a little bit earlier our county manager, Alfred Fiala. Is he still here? Oh, Sergio Granados. I see him in the backstand. You had your head down, okay. I see we have our newly elected board member, Ahmad Shahada. Say hi to everybody, Ahmad. So,
Senator? The senator?
do I see him?
The senator?
Oh, Senator Scuteri. Well, you're hiding out too, all right? There you go.
In plain sight.
I do apologize. Senator Nick Scuteri, our long-serving senator here in our district, does a lot of good work for our town, and he's also our chairman. We appreciate his efforts in moving our city forward. Going to get that connector road, right? Okay. No. Once again, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Council President, elected officials, families, friends, and residents. Before I begin my address, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate our newly elected councilman of the 4th Ward, Alfred Muhammad, and newly elected councilman of the 6th Ward, John Francis Roman. But prior to going on, I'm going to talk a little bit about Alfred Muhammad. Alfred Muhammad, again, we continue to make history in this great town of Linden. Alfred Muhammad is our first Muslim to be elected in the city of Linden, and he's not only a Muslim, he's an imam. Okay, so I think here in Linden, we have raised the bar. We continue to show that we're a diverse community who is willing to take chances on anyone, regardless of our race, religion. We're willing to take a chance when it comes to governing our town, because it's for the governing of everybody. So I'd like to thank him for stepping up to the plate and running. Alfred and I walked tremendously every day, and they coined a phrase. Somebody said it doesn't matter who you walk with, okay? But it does matter who you walk with, especially when you're knocking on doors and you're talking about reduction of taxes, you're talking about leveling the playing field, and you're talking about making Linden a better place for everybody to live. So it does make a difference when you walk with somebody and you carry that message. So I thank him for his hard work, and I'm sure he's going to do a great job as a councilman serving the 4th Ward. I'd like to also congratulate Councilwoman Michelle Yamikaitis on her reelection to the 8th Ward, and Councilwoman Gretchen Hickey to her reelection in the 10th Ward. I'd like to make it absolutely clear to each member of this governing body that I pledge to work with you. I believe if you want to go quickly, you go alone. If you want to go far, we go together. I ask you not to allow self-imposed political obstacles get in the way of progress of our city. When we have conflicting views, let them be real and not a product of political motivation. When working together, we can accomplish great things for our city. In 2018, our city will be stronger because of our accomplishments of this past year and our aggressive plans for the new year. Let me go over some of the things that we've accomplished in 2017. We eliminated the garbage tax, which was a personal priority of mine since taking office. This unfair tax was nothing more than our ability to circumvent the 2% cap that was imposed on us by the state. Many senior citizens and many property owners in this town were hurt by this tax, and I promised that I would get rid of it, and we did. The Blue Apron Warehouse, which is located on Linden Avenue on the old General Motors property, a 500,000 square foot warehouse, is now completed, open, and is employing over 1,000 workers, many of which I am proud to say are Linden residents. The Cantor property on Stiles Street, which has been a perennial eyesore and a source of many complaints, has been cleaned up, redeveloped, and is now an attractive site we can all be proud of. We're currently in discussions for the development of the remaining parcel on US 1 and 9 for restaurants, a potential hotel, which will also create jobs and ratables for Linden residents. I'm especially proud of our Linden First program. It continues to be a total success. This program is under the direction of Pam Jones, who's part of our economic development team. We continue to help Linden residents find employment, and that is the #1 priority for this administration. We know that a working electorate is a very happy electorate. This program was started when I first took office, and in 2018, we will expand it to include a summer employment program for both high school students and college students. On the former General Motors property, now known as the Duke property, the construction of a new Super Walmart is scheduled to break ground January 30th, 2018. Duke and their partners, Cypress, are also proposing a hotel, 2 restaurants, and are in conversation with the FAA to build a Wawa between Pleasant Avenue and Hampton Street. This is another project that will bring jobs and revenues to our city. Park Plastics on Park Avenue, across 1 and 9 at Beetle Place, has been demolished, and the redevelopment agreement is close to being signed, and I'm cautiously optimistic that there will be a shovel in the ground by the second quarter of 2018. This project will develop 14 beautiful single-family homes. I would like to personally thank Councilwoman Michelle Yamakaitis and our former LEDC Director, Rich Pichelle, for bringing this to fruition. They both worked tirelessly on this particular project. We have a United Lacquer site located on West Elizabeth Avenue. We have a developer who, once a redevelopment agreement is signed, will build over 300 modern rental units with retail space and restaurants below. This will finally eliminate this contaminated site and bring additional revenues to our city. At the JTG scaffolding site, the redeveloping project on Elizabeth Avenue is scheduled for closing on January 25th, 2018. This will bring an additional 200 rental units to our transit area. The second phase of the Capadaglia Meridia project has started, and the demolition has begun. I believe that this section of Southwood Avenue will change the whole dynamic of the area. This new building will have a different architectural design than Phase 1. With this area redeveloped, I'm recommending that Council support my efforts to have a new train station built, which is long overdue. Amon Analytical is now operating in the building next to our promenade on Wood Avenue. This building has been vacant since the early 2000s and is now fully utilized. There are over 100 employees in the building, with approximately 30 of these employees being Linden residents. These employees will add a needed boost to the local economy. This past year, we signed a redevelopment agreement with VVR developers for the development of St. George Avenue between East Baltimore Avenue and Charles Street. We are one property away from having a shovel in the ground. Hopefully, by the end of the second quarter, this project will be started. This project is transformative and will be an economic boost to the entire area, making this another major accomplishment for this administration. Not only will VVR develop this site, they will take an active role in securing microloans for qualified residents who are interested in establishing businesses in this particular development. One major thing that we've been considering and have communicated to the industry in this town is a hazardous materials storage fee. I firmly believe this fee would generate substantial additional revenue, which would negate the increased costs for our police and fire departments. It is time these companies pay a fair share for the protection of their assets. As you've heard, we have an aggressive agenda for 2018. All these projects are geared towards stabilizing taxes here in our city. Our commitment to stabilize taxes is ongoing. I'll be talking to the Board of Education, our Union County freeholders, and asking them for what I refer to as a tax holiday in the city of Linden. I feel very strongly that just because we have a 2% cap, that does not mean we have to utilize and raise taxes 2%. I'm proposing a zero tax increase for 2018. It's time to stop talking about it and just do it. Let's sit down and talk with our Board of Education, who have members I know are committed to tax stabilization, and hopefully with a cooperative effort, we can get it done. Again, like the Nike people say, just do it. Let's sit down with our Board of Education, our Board of Chosen Freeholders. There are also members I know who are committed to tax stabilization, and hopefully, with cooperative effort on their behalf, we can get it done. Let's do it. Let's just do it. I'm asking this council to take the same approach and take the attitude of let's just do it. Let's get it done. In closing, I'd like to thank all the department heads for the cooperation they've given us, along with our city employees. I want to thank Alex Laspinoso on his new assignment as director of the Linden Economic Development Corporation. A special thanks to our police and fire departments. I rate them at the top of the list of departments in the state of New Jersey. Finally, there are times when I'm in this chamber and my eyes drift to the pictures of former mayors on the wall. All of them have been outstanding public servants. However, there's one who I will never forget, and that's the late Mayor John T. Gregorio, a person who was very instrumental in getting my start in politics. He told me on a number of occasions that his priorities in life were his family and this city. I've never forgotten what he has told me, and I try every day to remember family and city. So at this time, I thank my family, first my wife, my children, my mother, and my siblings, for their patience, understanding, and support in my efforts as mayor. The job as your mayor is a major project in my life, and if you choose to re-elect me to this office in June, I will continue working tirelessly to keep our city safe, financially sound, and a city we'll all be proud of. Remember, this community is a community of diversity and progress. May your New Year's be healthy, and may God bless all of us, and may God bless the city of Linden. And thank you, and good night. Thank you all for your applause. Thank you all. It seems that we have a few elected officials that just walked in. I understand Mayor Baldwin has entered the room. I'd like to acknowledge his presence. Okay. And we have Sheriff Corvelli who's here. In the back. I worked with his father for years. His father's a great guy, and his mom. Great people. Who else do we have? We have Councilwoman Walker from Roselle. I apologize. Oh, I mentioned her already. I mentioned her already. And I think I mentioned Board Member Dawn Biviano? I did, okay. And if there's anybody else here who I've omitted, please raise your hand if you will. Okay. Well, again, everybody, God bless you all. May you have a successful and prosperous new year.
I was just told Assemblyman Hawley just walked in. There he is, hiding behind the door. I just want to say congratulations to the councilman, Councilman Muhammad, Councilwoman Gretchen Hickey, Councilwoman Michelle Yamakaitis, and special congratulations to Councilman John Francis Roman. It was a hard battle, but the man from day one, he says, I won it, and he did. Congratulations, sir. At this time, we're going to go with public comments. I would like Senator Scutari. Is the senator here? He was just here. He's hiding. Senator Scutari. Yes. That's all right. We will hold everything just for you. You put your name, you want to make comments?
Oh, just Joe took care of that for me. Thank you. I apologize. Sorry about that, Mayor, Council President, Council members. On behalf of the Linden City Democratic Committee, I'm here as chairperson and also going to speak on behalf of Joe Bodick regarding our newly elected City Council members, and I just want to thank them and congratulate them all individually, as well as all of our collective body here that does such a great job for the people of the City of Linden. I can tell you that not only as the chairman of the party, but also as a state senator, and previous to that as a freeholder and a Board of Ed member, the people that we have here representing the city really represent a dynamic and cross-section of the City of Linden. They do a wonderful job. I know that they all work tirelessly on behalf of their constituents, and you can count on them to do a wonderful job. And if not, the voters would turn them away. And they've done a great job, and I appreciate each and every one of their efforts as members of our City Council, as well as our mayor and his immediate staff as well. First, I want to congratulate and call forward Councilwoman Gretchen Hickey of the 10th Ward for a presentation on behalf of the City Committee and the club. So, Councilwoman. I'll go in reverse order. Start at 10. Yeah, I started from right to left. Councilwoman, on behalf of the City Democratic Committee and the City Democratic Club, I want to present these gift certificates for you and congratulate you on a hard-fought re-election, and congratulations and best wishes. And going down the line, I'd like to bring up our newly elected councilman from the 6th Ward, John Francis Roman. John. And John, come on over here. John's a new, young, and up-and-coming person in our Democratic club and committee, and we appreciate his hard-fought victory. Even though we couldn't support him this last go-around, we were looking forward to him doing an excellent job representing his ward. He did a great job on his own. He worked tirelessly, and that effort showed out in the polls. And congratulations and best wishes to you. And is Councilman you want to come, Councilman Alfred Muhammad of the 4th Ward, who's, please come forward. Obviously, you have no better backer than the longtime councilman and now mayor of the City of Linden, and with him behind you, there was no beating you. And we want to congratulate you for a really hard election and look forward to some great things from you as well. Congratulations and best of luck. I don't know, it's not my meeting. I'm just a guest here today. So.
Councilman, not yet. You're going to have a chance.
Who am I to say no to a councilman when he asks if he can say it's your meeting, Council President? And finally, actually I went out of turn. I apologize. Finally, from the 8th Ward, Michelle Yamakaitis, if you'd come forward, Councilwoman. obviously, anyone who knows Michelle Yamakaitis and the hard work that she's been doing saw it out in the polls, and nobody bothered to run against her because she does such a great job. She's so popular and is so responsive to her constituents. It's my pleasure to make these presentations on behalf of Mr. Bodick and myself as well. Congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
And Mr. President, Happy New Year to yourself and to the members of your council and to Mayor Armstead and all the members of the viewing audience at home. It's my pleasure to continue to represent the 22nd Legislative District, which includes Linden and a total of 11 towns across a broad spectrum of 3 different counties. It's been my pleasure to be re-elected this year. I'll be taking the oath of office next Tuesday in the State Senate to continue to represent the city of Linden. I'll do my darndest to represent them well, and I appreciate your backing and your efforts as well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Senator. Daniel Yamakaitis. Smile, gentlemen. People taking pictures.
Mayor Armstead, City Council, members of the public, Tommy and I and my dad are here to congratulate our amazing mother, Michelle Yamakaitis, on the start of her 5th term. 5th term. That's crazy. It seems like yesterday me and Tommy were young kids standing next to our mom being sworn in for the first time. Mom, we admire your dedication and courage to be a leader in our community. What I truly admire is what you care for the community you work for, and it shows every election day in the number of votes you get. Even if you're not being someone running against you, you even get number of votes. Mom, your love for the community is what sets you apart from the usual politician. This love has grown to become an integral part of our city, and I don't know what we would do without you. Your wisdom and love for our city is truly what makes you a leader in our community. This leadership is what the city of Linden needs to move forward. We love you, Mom. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Ms. Patty Murgo.
Good evening, everyone. I'm not going to go down the list and, hey, congrats. Congratulations, everyone. I truly mean it from my heart. It's nice to see new fresh faces up here. But I know the time is short, so I'm not going to go on. I'm here for 2 hats tonight. One is for personal, and one is for the 8th Ward Democratic Club. Michelle, what can I say? 5 terms being sworn in, my 4th term with you, I couldn't be more proud. We are like sisters. We argue, we talk, we don't talk, I disappear, but in the end, where am I today? By your side, where I belong. Yes, I am your campaign manager, but we ran your campaigns together. You, me, the boys even, Luke too. He disappeared a lot when we got angry. We as a team have managed to get through many obstacles that were put into our path by various and many people. You have done so much in the 8th Ward with the 8th Ward Club members. It started even before you became on council. You had the Saturday morning program with arts and crafts. Now we have a young man who has won many awards for his artwork. You started with the Pictures with Santa, from just taking pictures to a whole complete different event on Saturdays, on the first Saturday of every December. We're serving snacks, doing pictures, entertaining. That is, as you know, my favorite of all events. You're not taking donations from anyone. It's coming out of your pocket. You spend the money on the crafts, you spend the money on the snacks, and I donate my pictures, my picture taking, and the cards that they receive. This is what our club is about. This is what you're about. The Eighth Ward Club has grown in so many directions because of you. It turned from being a coffee clutch club into being a real democratic political club. And that's all because of your leadership that was done in the ward. I remember the first day you came knocking on my door. And you asked me for support. I said, first of all, I just moved here, so I wasn't registered. You registered me. I couldn't open the door, the window all the way because of my animals. You understood that. So after you registered me, you went to hand the paper to Luke, your husband, and you went like this, and he goes, where'd he go? Because at that time, you asked me for support, and I said, what are you going to do for me? Mayor Gregorio called our area the Wild West. Between the parties and the shootings on Greer Avenue, with our meetings in the neighborhood from January on, we toned it down. Then you called me for, I think it was like March. We had a problem on the other side of Park Avenue. You asked me for help. I said, sure, why not? Then I got to meet a very lovely woman, my sister from another mother, Miss Dorothy Ford. I will never forget that woman. Her and I got along beautifully. If it wasn't for you, I would not have met all these wonderful people, and all these people wouldn't have loved you as much as they do. It's amazing how you are with them and how they are with you. You have the Eighth Ward support. You have the Eighth Ward Democratic support. As I wrote here, we are Eighth Ward strong. The Eighth Ward Democratic Club, we say who we represent us, what we want, and how we want it. And because of you and your fight for us, we, the Eighth Ward Democratic Club, will always support you in whatever you decide to do. So Michelle from the Eighth Ward Democratic Club and me, your friend, congratulations. So very much deserved.
At this time, we're going to go with comments from the members of the council. I would like to start with a councilman from the 4th Ward, Alfred Muhammad.
Mayor Armstead, Council President George Alvarez, Sheriff and Mayor, Sheriff Cavelli, distinguished with the $1,000 suit, so I can't forget you. Now, Mayor of Elizabeth, our neighboring town, I'm just honored for you all to be here, and to my fellow council members, and to the most noble and honorable citizens on the planet Earth, the citizens of Linden, New Jersey. And also to my constituents that I pledge my life, my dedication, the citizens of the 4th Ward. Obviously, I thank my family for the wonderful work to see me out daily, working hard. And I must tell you, with my campaign manager being Mayor Derek Armstead, I didn't rest until we won. I felt like cursing him out a few times, but we worked and we won. And reading statements said it doesn't matter who you walk with. Well, if you walk with the mayor of the city of Linden, I'm convinced, beyond a shadow of doubt, that we are going to have a city wherein we're going to stabilize the taxes of this great city. We are also going to have an economic development plan that's going to bring development and jobs, make this city a place I would be remiss if I didn't mention my dearest friend, the Reverend Darrell George of Short Hills, New Jersey, came all the way down from the Short Hills Mall to be with us tonight. Thank you, Reverend George. I just want to say to the people of this city and the people in particular of the 4th Ward, I'll ask you please to join me for a moment of the passing of one of our citizens, Mr. Alfonso Suleiman Pearson. Join me in a moment of silence. Too many tragic deaths have taken place in our community, and one of my priorities is bringing peace in these communities, reconciliation. So I say to you in the 4th Ward, I say particularly to the clergy, Reverend Coles and others, let us work to get our young people motivated and fired up to claim their rightful place as citizens in these United States of America. Let us work hard. Let us check politics at the door. But let us be convinced that we have the necessity of making Linden the greatest city on earth. And I'm convinced that it is greatest. I'm also convinced of what the advertisers say, leave it to Linden. God bless Linden, God bless especially the 4th Ward, and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Councilman. Next, we're going to have our newly elected councilman from the 6th Ward, and let's be nice because he's very nervous right now. Councilman John Francis Roman.
Thank you, Council President. Council Stranger's still here. Council President, Mr. Mayor, members of council, elected officials, friends, family, and every citizen of Linden. I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out what I was going to say when I got here. I always stood at that podium trying to protect my mother's and father's investment in the city and them being taxpayers. And being up here is just a dream that I visualized so frequently. I'm obviously at a loss of words that it's finally happened. First, I want to thank God. I grew up at St. Elizabeth's, not more than a block from here. I'm fully aware that the Lord has provided me with opportunities that are not of my doing, and I want to give it up to Him first and foremost. Okay, so my father, Thomas, stubborn old Elizabeth, man. Stubborn old Elizabeth Roman, born and raised on the ball fields in Elizabeth. You worked 2 jobs most of your adult life at General Motors here in the 6th Ward and Saraceno's Bakery to provide your children with a better life. Working 2 jobs almost every day, you were able to recognize a dream and move your family to Linden because you realized Linden was an amazing place to work and both work and raise your family. It's a decision given the circumstances I'm pretty happy that you made. For a lot of you that don't know, on a way home from St. Elizabeth School, December 1993, me and my father, my brother, and my sister were involved in a car accident and changed our life forever. No more than 6 blocks from here, someone ran a stop sign, hit us, and you know, we were all injured, but my father took the brunt of it, fracturing his neck. And badass dude got out of the truck and carried his children all out of it before he went down himself. And, you know, for that, you're my hero, old man. Shortly after he was forced into medical retirement, there was no golden parachute from GM with the amount of time he had in. A few failed surgeries later, he was forced into a life full of pain and physical challenges. But that's where my amazing mother stepped in. After my father got hurt, she did her best to pick up the slack besides taking care of my father. She worked full-time at the airport and still does. She worked part-time 2 nights a week as a medical assistant, and in her 40s, graduated from the hardest nursing school in the state. She's a living, breathing example of the modern-day American baby boomer. You want to talk about a woman of excellence. Even when leaders of this country have turned back on her and other baby boomers, bailed everyone else out, she stood tall, accepted her challenges in front of her, and took it one day at a time. And for that, I wish that you'd give her a round of applause. My work ethic, which is the reason I was able to win this election, comes directly from her. And today, I want you to know that it's true. I'm only here because of the path that you laid out for me. To my brother and sister, both of you have helped guide me to this moment. I couldn't have asked for a better support structure growing up. To my extended family, especially my cousins, thank you for coming to my aid, for walking the 6th Ward with me in the pouring rain night after night, and for always giving back to me when I need it. You all are not just my cousins, but my brothers. One cousin in particular, Thomas, who was named after my old man, could not be with us tonight. Thank you for making me the man I am today, Tommy. To all the elected officials, Mayor Bolwidge, Sheriff Corvelli, freeholders, senators alike, council people, thank you for all the support and the guidance you give me and the mentorship you give me along the way. I wouldn't be here without having you guys as a support structure as well. I want to thank Councilman Sadowski for serving the 6th with honor over the years. I have the biggest shoes to fill, and I know that, and I need your help along the way, and I hope you know that, sir. Council President Alvarez. Council President Alvarez is the only person that was willing to walk with me initially. And on our first day of walking, we were walking Smith and Hampton Street, and at the end of the day, someone drove past us and yelled a bunch of obscenities to us. And I turned to George and I said, am I sure I want to do this? Because I'm going to get whooped and I have no chance. And he was a rock for me during the campaign. And George, you are one exceptional human being. I just want you to know that. To the council members that supported me, and even the ones that didn't, I want you to know that you are all going to find a friend in me and someone that is going to be willing to work with you, and will always answer your call if you need me for something. And I just want to let you guys all know that. As well, for any of the employees that have reached out to me and words of encouragement, I really appreciate that. A couple more random thank yous. Anyone who worked on my campaign, I can't name all of you. It wouldn't have happened without you, especially Julia and Pauline back there. You guys were my rocks over the spring, always coming over to my place to help out. Some of you even sprinting across the neighborhood on election day to try to help get the vote out. Pauline, I'm not going to say I'm happy that your house got hit by a car, but if it hadn't happened, I probably wouldn't have met you, and so I'm going to leave it just like that. To any friends and families that I maybe missed, any supporters that were both financial supporters and emotional supporters, thank you from the bottom of my heart. To the residents of the 6th Ward, and I mean all of you, from Smith Street to Woodlawn to Emma Place, where's Sal? I promise I will work tirelessly to improve our side of town. 6th Warders don't want all that much. They're not greedy. They just want more than they've been getting. They want to be paid attention to. When I started my campaign, my main focus, as you may know, was the appearance of a rundown train station, and that nothing was being done about it. As you heard, Mayor and Council has chosen to build basically 1,000 new units over the next decade. While we're doing that, we need to really dedicate resources to cleaning up the area, taking pride in it, and you know, I'm glad to hear the mayor's intentions to build a new train station, because there's also something I want to see done, and I will work with him up and down to make sure that happens. The train station was my #1 when I started the campaign, but now that I started walking and talking to everyone, it became very clear that out of hundreds of doors on Woodlawn and Clinton and a couple other streets, everyone wanted the commuters to slow down. Everyone wanted slower cars. And as I would sit there and talk to these people, I would see cars fly by 50, 60 miles an hour unabated. And you got to listen to these people. I mean, that's why they hired me, and that's what I'm going to do. So in my first year, I plan to do whatever I can to slow these people down on these streets. I want you guys to know that is going to be my #1 priority. I can go into a lot of it. The redevelopment, I'm excited about. Most of it's happening in the 6th Ward. My father worked at GM, and it's finally going to be redeveloped. The new Meridian building, which is coming up right next to my house, will have a lot of underground parking extra, which is going to be good for not only the people that are existing and living in the 6th Ward, but the new residents that come to use our train station. Over the next month or two, I plan on having meetings, hoping to include as many 6th Ward residents as possible. I would like to have these town hall meetings a few times a year, not only so I can hear the immediate concerns of the 6th Ward residents, but so I can get a better input on how to serve. Also, in doing my research during my campaign, I came to realize the 6th Ward Democratic Club has existed since 1932. It's the oldest Democratic ward club in the city. And my hopes are to revitalize that organization, bring in old and new people, the existing members and new people into the club, so that together we can talk and discuss together on how to move this ward forward and this Democratic Party forward together. I can't do this alone. I'm not simply going to be able to fix everything in Linden. We need to concentrate and talk about the good in Linden, meet and discuss what we can fix about the bad and what we don't like in Linden. But among everything else, we must find together common ground and compromise with each other in order to move this city into the future. Again, thank you for the opportunity. It will be my greatest honor in my life to serve the residents of the 6th Ward. Thank you.
For somebody who was very nervous, got very emotional, huh? Well, he's a very good speaker, Councilman. I do want to say welcome to Freeholder that walked in and he sneaked through, trying to avoid everybody. It's Freeholder Jalo. How are you? Raise your hand, say hello. Anybody else from any government that walked in? Nobody else? Okay, let's continue then. Next one would be re-elected Councilwoman Yamakaitis.
Thank you, Council President. First and foremost, I want to thank the residents of the 8th Ward for their continued confidence in electing me to be their voice in City Hall. It is an honor and privilege to serve as your councilwoman once again. It seems like just yesterday that I was elected in my first term. Here we are tonight, and I was sworn in to my 5th term. Just as when I was first elected, I assure you that this is not a job that I take lightly. I will be there to answer any concerns that you may have. You know, my door is always open. I answer all your calls, so please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I want to say none of this would be possible without the love and support of my family. My husband, Luke, my sons, Danny and Tommy, and my siblings, my nephew, and all my friends. They're always there to support me, so I thank you. Without that, I wouldn't be where I am today. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my campaign manager, Patty Murgo, who was up here earlier. Patty has earned the nickname of Pitbull in the political arena. A dog or a pit bull is known as man's best friend. I am truly lucky to have you as not only my friend, but my campaign manager. You never think twice about going to bat, often getting into a squabble with political bosses when it need be, but you're willing to do battle. Patty, you had mentioned earlier about some of the programs that I had started in this city. I see our newly elected Board of Education member, Ahmad Shaheda, standing out here. He was one of the first kids that was on the Saturday morning program with me, and this is, to me, this is what it's all about. When you give to the community, when you're working there to see other people succeed. And Ahmad, I am so proud to see your accomplishment. Anything you need, please, my door is always open. I want to thank the 8th Ward Democratic Club for their continued support. Councilman Roman, you stand corrected. The 8th Ward Club was the first Democratic Ward Club in the city. It was a Republican town, and the 8th Ward was the first to start with a Democratic club, so.
It was the 7th ward, Jim. It was the 7th
No,
ward.
it wasn't.
I went off the non-public.
Okay. We lost a few of our matriarchs this past year, Ellie Barbich and Tina DeLuca, but rest assured, they instilled their fighting spirit in all to continue on. I have here this evening Mrs. Helene Johnson and Compton Bruton from our ward club, and I thank you both for all your support. So a lot of the members couldn't be here tonight, but we'll be meeting tomorrow, so I'll see you then. We are more than a political organization. We are a family, so I thank you all for that. Finally, I'd like to thank the Democratic Club of Linden and a gentleman who has been there for me since day one. That, of course, is Joe Bodak. Joe Bodak is a guy who, if you don't know an answer, automatic response is call Bodak. He is the one person I know I can trust and rely upon. Some ask politicians in higher offices, judges, to swear them in. Mr. Bodak, you have been there with me from the start, and you always have my back. Therefore, as long as I run for office, God willing, it will be you and I, my friend. And I just want to congratulate the newly elected members of council, Councilman Muhammad, Councilman Roman, your re-election, Councilwoman Hickey, and I look forward to working with the council in 2018. That concludes my report, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Also, Elizabeth Board of Ed, Jose Rodriguez is here. You're not the baseball player, are you? Oh, okay, all right. Councilwoman Hickey, will you give your report, please?
Good evening, everybody. I didn't prepare anything to say. I always like to speak from the heart. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all the elected officials that are here in Linden tonight to support all of us here on council at our reorganization meeting. It means a lot. Many of you are friends that we can call and count on all the time. Sorry. And it's truly appreciated. Secondly, Mr. and Mrs. Roman, I just want to say you have done an outstanding job in raising a great young man. His humbleness, his compassion, I've never seen anything like it before in an election. And I remember after that primary night, your son came and sat on my stairs. He wasn't going to go anywhere. He sat on my stairs, and his eyes just welled up, and it was very touching and emotional. To all my 10th Ward residents and residents of this city, I want you to know that I will continue to stand strong, do whatever I can for all of the residents in my ward and in the city. I'm always a phone call away, and all of you are truly aware of that. A special thank you to Ryan Vasquez, my campaign manager. Tonight, it was, I always feel like some things happen for a reason. And my dearest friend, who's like a mother to me, Ann Ferguson, who held the Bible for me 3 years ago, was supposed to be here tonight to hold the Bible. She called me this morning. She had the flu. She sounded so awful, and my heart broke, and I knew her heart was breaking because she knows how much tonight meant to both of us. Within 1 minute of getting off the phone with her, I get a text from Ryan, and he just writes, I can't wait to see you tonight, and I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see you put your hand on that Bible. And I felt like it was an angel that came down because it was within a matter of minutes. And Ryan, you really, you did so much for me this year, and I truly do appreciate it. I know it wasn't easy. We had a rough election, but because of you and a few others that stuck by us, we did it. We did it together, and I'm very grateful. Carol Minerchenko sitting behind Ryan. She's my treasurer, and not only a treasurer, but a dear, dear friend who always said, Gretchen, there's the devil on one shoulder. We got to scratch that off of there. just listen to the angel on the left, and I'll always sit on your shoulder so you try not to go off the deep end when bad things are happening and or certain issues are arising that really aren't fair. Dawn Beviano, what she does for Armando and I is just, she's there every day. Anything we miss, Dawn is there to send us a message and say, hey, we have a problem here, we have a problem there. It doesn't go unnoticed, Dawn, and I don't know what I'd do without you. My family, some of them have taken out already. What Michelle's son said was absolutely beautiful, but my sons weren't having it. You know, Patrick's home on his video games already, and you know, maybe down the road things will change, but he's like, I'm out of here, Dad. So he stayed for the important part, and my boys put up with a lot, and I probably overdid it with them a little because I felt guilty sometimes not being home as much. And to my dear husband, the patience, the time, the energy, you've been amazing, and I truly love you. Thank you. And lastly, I know many of these officers in the audience and the firemen are ready for us to vote on their promotions, which I'm always so proud to see done, and I think you all know that. So with that being said, I just want to congratulate everybody that was elected tonight. Councilman Muhammad, very special congratulations to Councilman, which I'm so happy to say, John Roman, and the re-election of Councilwoman Yamakaitis 5 times. You have this down like a science. And these were from Ann Ferguson because she couldn't make it today. And I just love her. I want to thank her so much. I wish everybody a wonderful 2018. And I just pray and hope that we can put bitterness aside and all really work together for the sake of the people of Linden and not for the sake of ourselves. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Norman.
Thank you, Council President. First of all, I'd just like to take a few moments just to wish the people of the First Ward a very happy new year, and also to the residents of Linden. May your new year be prosperous and filled with all the wonderful things that your heart desires. This night is truly about 4 amazing people, and I would like to just spend a couple of seconds just to congratulate them. Councilwoman Gretchen Hickey on your re-election. My dear friend Councilwoman Michelle Yamakaitis, on your re-election. New council member John Roman, congratulations on your election. Hard work pays off. And to Alfred Muhammad, Councilman Alfred Muhammad, on your election. Working on council is something that I can't even begin to explain. It's unique, it's wonderful. There are good days and there are bad days. But just remember, I will work with all of you, and I'm really looking forward to just being part of this great, amazing team and welcoming the 2 new people and continuing to work with our re-elected officials. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Excuse me. Councilman Javik?
Yes, good evening. I would like to just congratulate our newest elected councilman, Alfred D. Muhammad of the 4th Ward, John F. Roman of the 6th Ward. I also want to congratulate our re-elected councilwomen, Michelle Yamakaitis of the 8th Ward, and Gretchen Hickey of the 10th Ward, and would like to wish everyone just a happy new year. End of my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Cosby?
I forgot you spoke already. Happy New Year, everyone. Congratulations to the newly elected council members. I hope you studied hard, Mr. Muhammad, because it's a lot of stuff that is from years ago that you will be working on. So I'm looking forward to working with you. And John, you already know, because you've been here 7 years out here understanding the political and the policies. So I'm looking forward to your input and getting things done for our city. Welcome. Congratulations, Councilwoman Yamakaitis. Congratulations, Councilwoman Hickey, taking care of the folks in the 10th Ward. I'm just gonna reserve my comments for my New Year's speech till next week. I don't wanna hold up anyone's time, but do tune in next week, at the next meeting. Happy New Year.
Nice and short. I'm beginning to like that. Councilman Strano.
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to forego the formality of congratulating my colleagues that have just been reelected or elected, newly elected, and call them by their first names, because we're trying to create this atmosphere of cooperation and friendly approach. So without further ado, I'd like to congratulate Al, John, Michelle, and Gretchen. And everyone should have a new year because we're looking forward to working together. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. And Councilman Medina.
Yes, thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. Just again, want to congratulate Councilman of the 4th Ward, Alfred Muhammad, Councilman of the 6th Ward, John Francis Roman. Congratulate my colleague to my left for her re-election, Councilwoman Yamakaitis, and my colleague to my right, I'm in the middle here, Gretchen Hickey. It's okay. With that being said, I just want to wish everyone a healthy and prosperous 2018. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. At this time, the council needs to elect pro tempore, and I need a nomination.
Council President, I nominate 8th Ward Councilwoman Michelle Yamakaitis to the office of President of Council Pro Tem and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Bodek?
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby?
Yes.
Roman?
Aye.
Strano?
Yes.
Yamakaitis?
Abstain.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. As the President Council Pro Tem, please come forward and be sworn in by the City Clerk. Hey, you guys are smiling now.
I, Michelle Yamakaitis,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
perform
all the duties of the office of Council President Pro Temp,
perform all the duties of the office of Council President Pro Temp,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations again, Ms.
Thanks, guys.
At this time, I will ask Councilwoman Yamakaitis to give the personnel report.
Okay. The Personnel report. Number 1, in the fire department, the following actions to be taken. A, the promotion of Lieutenant John Holobrinko to the position of captain effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $124,000. B, the promotion of firefighter Gregor Ronsky to the position of lieutenant effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $108,000. C, the amending of the hiring of 2 of the following candidates as firefighters as of January 8, 2018. Ryan Evan, Joseph P. Conti, Justin A. Peters, Sr., Alan Killian, Patrick J. Valenza, Robert C. Hendrickson, and Michael D. Viana, at the annual salary of $40,000, pending successful completion of the medical evaluation and the city's background check. Number 2, in the police department, the following actions to be taken. The promotion of Captain David Hart to Chief of Police effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $171,955. B, the promotion of Lieutenant Don Geisenheimer to the rank of captain effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $149,000. C, the promotion of Lieutenant Abdul Williams to the rank of captain effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $149,000. D, the promotion of Sergeant Danny Triasteo to the rank of lieutenant effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $124,000. E, the promotion of Sergeant Vincenzo Greznik, sorry about that, to the rank of lieutenant effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $124,000. F, the promotion of Sergeant Ivan Ordonez to the rank of lieutenant effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $124,000. G, the promotion of police officer Andrew Perella to the rank of sergeant effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $108,000. H, the promotion of police officer Nicole Melchiona to the rank of sergeant effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $108,000. I, the promotion of police officer Ian Conk to the rank of sergeant effective January 1st, 2018, at the annual salary of $108,000. I move for approval and request a second.
Second. Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes,
Mr.
congratulations all.
Alvarez?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to ask all the newly promoted captains and chief to stand up, and sergeants and lieutenants. Please stand up.
Congratulations, all of you. Well deserved. At this time, we're going into resolutions, and I would like for a motion to remove 2018-3 and 2018-4.
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to remove 2018-3 and 2018-4 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby?
Yes.
Roman? Strano?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. I would also like to point out that 2018-6, there was a mistake on the dates. It's January 1st, 2018 through February 28th, 2018. At this time, does anybody want to speak on any of these resolutions?
Council President,
Yes, Mayor. What number?
2018-22.
Okay, hold on 1 minute.
You don't have to pull it. There's a correction needs to be made, that's all.
What's the correction, sir?
It says that we're authorizing Chief Jonathan Parham to have custody of the funds when it should be Chief David Hart now.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor. That will be on the third line.
Yes.
Those two errors were just fixed.
Mr. Council President, just along with the change on 2016, I just realized the dollar amount needs to be reduced to 2 months from the 12-month figure that's there. And we will do so with the resolution.
Yes, in 2018-6, I guess the money will be divided by
12.
well, 6 is 2 months.
But the original was for 12 months.
Yes, and now it's going to be for 2 months.
Right.
So it will be divided by 6. What will the amount be? Okay.
$15,833.
Thank you, sir. Okay, 2018-6, the date is changed from January 1st to February 20th, 2018. The amount not to exceed $15,833. 2018-22 is Chief David Hart, not Chief Jonathan Parham. Does anybody need to speak on any of this? May I have a motion for 2018-1 through 2018-22, please?
Council President, I'd like a motion to pass resolutions 2018-1 to 2018-22 with the exception of 2018-3 and 2018-4 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Orman?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. Okay, that's all the resolutions. At this time, we have no ordinances of first reading. So, it's only 8:25 and not used to leaving here before 9:30. I guess I'll speak for an hour. I'm only kidding. I just have a quick announcement. On behalf of Mayor Armstead, Council President Alvarez, which is myself, Councilman Muhammad, Councilman Roman, Councilwoman Yemakaitis, Councilwoman Hickey, the Linden City Democratic Committee, and the Linden City Democratic Club, all are invited to the JTG Center for sandwiches and refreshments. The following council meetings will be as follows. Conference meeting prior to the council meeting Tuesday, January 16th, 2018 at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. 6 p.m., sir?
Because we're not meeting on Monday night, it's a holiday, we're meeting on Tuesday only for caucus. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my mistake. Tuesday, January 16, 2018 at 5 p.m., Council Office, City Hall, Linden, New Jersey. Council meeting Tuesday, January 16, 2018 at 7 p.m., Council Chamber, City Hall, Linden, New Jersey. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Orman?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. This meeting stands adjourned. Everybody, Happy New Year and drive carefully.